J'arrive et la porte est grande ouverte, l'autre est à terre. Ils ont rien l'air d'avoir pris. Je sais même plus ce que j'avais laissé, mais non, ils n'ont pas l'air d'avoir pris.
Hola, no, in English. This is gonna be Playful Fruit August 2025. I have quite a few jobs for these few days. I have to plant my trees, my polonias. I have to put a hook and a rope to get the water from the reserve, the water reserve. It's not a water tank, but it's getting the rain from the rooftop, and rebuilding the plants, starting with rebuilding the door. And I have bought a few things and it seems to work. I just need to cut the wood a bit and mount the frame. And I guess everything else, but that's the main three stuff that I need to do. And then everything else is extra. So wish me luck. It's Thursday, midday. I just arrived and unpacked everything, and I'll get cracking this afternoon. I'll show you the progress when I have some.
So the hole was a bit too tight, so I had to stretch it a bit. And now it's ready. So it's only 2 meters deep-ish, but that's still good. I don't think there's much water right now because I need to fix the sink that is supposed to go in this reserve. But for now, it's good enough. J'utilise mes panneaux solaires pour... Ah, fuck, it's in English. So I progressed a bit. I installed my solar panels as well because I need to recharge my battery over there, somewhere there, for the drill. And so I did the frame of the door. So far so good. It's actually fitting well. I just had to cut a bit of the wood here. And it's actually great. Now I just need to fill it with, I don't know, there's another palette over there that I can use that is kind of clean. So I guess I'm gonna use this one. And then hopefully it should be good enough to keep people away. Oh, another screw. I find screws that are not mine, so I'm not sure where they come from, but and after that I'll install the lock, and hopefully this place should be kind of safe to keep some stuff, because when I arrived the garage door was open again, and that's gonna be some extra work. I want to actually change the door to put some nice windows, but to put the nice windows I first need to level the floor because it's not leveled, and that would actually be so much better with a nice cleaner and flatter concrete slab. And so that's a long-term project, more like, I don't know, sometime next year or something, but I would still like to be able to close it as much as I can, but people keep playing with it, so I'll see what I'm doing with that another session. Probably, I don't know, February 2026 or something. Anyway, I'm gonna have a break and I'll catch you later. On the mezzanine, there was like a lot of crap, like shit over there, and so I started cleaning, and it's kind of already much better. So I'm just gonna give it another wipe, and then it will be habitable. And here's the state of the bathroom. It's not really clean, but cool. So I've done a cleanup
on the toilet as well, so it's not perfect because that's not draining, but it is much better. Look at that. And here you go, a palette that I dismantled to actually put on the frame of the door. Et demi. Il fait encore chaud. Ah, in English. It's 6:30, it's still warm, and I just tried to cut an orange tree, and because it was dead anyway, and I want to do a path going down to the river, so I tried and it took me 15 minutes. Easy. And there's quite a few on the way to the river, so it's gonna take me a while, but one bat at a time. And I'm gonna push it somewhere close to the next one. I guess it's gonna make some shadow for it, and the sun won't be as harsh on this one that still has leaves, and a few of them start to have like oranges, so I'm happy with that. And I'm gonna go down to the river, I think, to check if there's water. There won't be any water, but I just want to have a look and check the fig trees. Maybe there's gonna be figs. And I think for today it's gonna be it. I've done quite a lot of jobs already, so it's time for a man to rest. See ya. So here's the end of day 2. I went to buy some extra stuff this morning, and I picked up an extra palette to finish this door. It's not finished yet, but it's a good progress. I feel I haven't done much today, but I still planted 6 polonias. I have another 6 to plant that I guess I'm gonna do that tomorrow. And so yeah, the door and the polonias is pretty much it. I cleaned some extra stuff. I improved a few things here and there, but the planting and the door were the 2 main things. And now I'm enjoying a late stroll after my dinner, and the beautiful moon is over there. But yeah, I feel like it's like the polonias took me a while, and the door as well. So I guess that's it. And I had to do a nap because I was really tired. So I did a nap, and it was pretty hot as well. So I didn't want to have a heat stroke. So for like an hour and a half, I had a nap, and I fixed the bed a bit and stuff like that. Bits and pieces. The toilet is pretty clean now. I actually tried it. Woohoo! And yeah, bits and pieces, cutting some trees a bit more, and that's pretty much it for day 2. But good progress on the door and the polonias. So tomorrow I'll do the extra 6, and hopefully they're gonna survive even with this heat that they are forecasting for tomorrow and Sunday. But with that said, that's wrapping up day 2. I'll catch you up tomorrow. So bye. This is day 3. I started cleaning again the mezzanine to make it close to spotless. But then I wanted to show you the water tank just there. And so I'm also cleaning the reservoir going to the water tank, because if I want to improve the quality of the water, I need to clean that shit that was full of dirt. So I've put it in the bricks over there, so maybe something's gonna grow, and that would solidify a bit the small wall and give it a natural barrier. And so I emptied that. It was full of dirt, and so the water was accumulating in there, simmering and getting charged with all the dirt that was in there, and then going through the tube there. And the filter, I think I'm gonna put a smaller one as well. And
So the plan would be to actually fill it up with rocks, because the rocks are going to do a first layer of filtration. It's going to keep the debris away and stuff like that. And also it's going to avoid the need for the reservoir to actually be half full. And so that would be, I don't know, like 20, 30 liters. And then it goes into the water tank, and then it stays there and it gets muddy and shit. Oh, I don't show it gets muddy and shit. And so with the rocks, that's going to reduce the amount of water before it actually goes in the water tank, and do a part of filtration as well. So that's what I'm working on. I'm nearly done. I just need to finish this little bit, and then I'm going to fill it with rocks to complete that level of work. And then I'm gonna pass on something else. Probably I'm gonna get cracking on the last 6 polonias, and but the plan here would be to actually get rid of the rosemary, like, because it's gonna break the concrete. It's already kind of the case over there. And so the plan would be to actually clean as much as possible the weeds and the rosemary, and I'm probably gonna do something with the rosemary and what's this one again? Oh, thyme and rosemary. So rosemary, thyme, and so I'm gonna probably do something. I saw some soap making, so maybe I'm gonna try that with those two ones, because there's a shitload of that in here. And the plan would be to actually clean all that concrete section to avoid the water to be full with leaves and dirt and shit as much as possible before it gets into the water tank. Because if you get a clean water going in, you should have a cleaner water going out. But those beaches, they are really spiky and it's everywhere. So if there's some BDSM people willing to throw themselves in the spiky shit, please join us. Because I'm gonna be, so the plan, because the valley is actually going a bit like this, and so the point would be to actually create some path that actually goes to the ruin over there. But so at least one pass from there, I think, because it's already kind of not started, but like there's less trees and shit. So I would like to actually create a path going up, and this one would be to actually clear, not a path per se to actually go through, but to actually canalize the water, to actually get more water out of the small valley. Because right now, as it's so bushy, I guess I'm getting, 1/10 of the water that I could get. And so if I can get 10 times as much water every time it rains, that would be 10 times more water in the water tank. And so the plan would be to keep cleaning that, fill that up, and then clear a bit some parts of that where it's actually making sense. I will talk to you later. I don't know exactly about what, but I will see you later. So bye. It is pretty clean, like water will do the rest when it's raining. So on both sides it's pretty clean, and then I'm gonna trim those petites crises away, so I have more of the concrete surface showing up, so all that water will actually trickle down even more in the small reservoir before going into the water tank and trim all that shit. And I also found, like, I had a net, so I added it to this one. So because the one before, you can see behind, is pretty coarse, like it's pretty big. And so this one is going to filter even more, even the tiny leaves. Because before, tiny leaves were actually going through, but not anymore. And so that's kind of it for this time. I will wait for the next train to actually come back and get rid of all that shit that is taking over. And I'll start trimming that today, but I'll do the next bit next time, because it's good enough for now, and it needs to settle before I actually try to see what's next. And there I started doing the path, so just a few rocks just to get cracking. I'll get rid of that in the middle of the way, but because I want the path to actually go, that's gonna go as well. Scratchy. And I think there's like a good way to start. So that's gonna be my trajectory, and we'll see how far we can go. And same as usual, you start and you finish the next time, the following time. There's a lot of crap here. So yesterday on day 2, I did a lot of picking up some trash as well. There's some bashes, some garden extra plastic bottle. Anyway, so yesterday I picked up a full crate in this bush. You need to go. And so I don't know who was throwing all their freaking can of food and plastic bottles and beer bottle and everything, but the enter that were coming here on the property before, well, it's kind of weird because there's a lot of shotgun shells, but it's like an orange tree production kind of. Well, it used to be, and that's why there's a lot of orange trees. But the olive trees are much more resilient to the heat, and they actually take over. So, and it's actually on the cadastral. It's actually registered as olive production, I believe. So I'll let the olive trees take over, and the figs and the carob, and keep as many orange trees as possible. But monoculture is shit, so if I can have a mix of orange, fig, carob, olives, and plant some more stuff, that would be the plan. Okay, so now that is kind of done, the mezzanine is clean, I think I'm gonna think about planting the last Polonias, and maybe start on clearing this path, so I have a first draft kind of laid down. And then I think Damien is gonna arrive soon, so I'm gonna have a break and a coffee, and then we'll see what we do of this day. Polonia planting, river checking, or beach going. We'll see. So yesterday was day 4 and it was pretty hot. I did a bit of work. I planted some extra Polonias and I did some trimming, and I advanced on the door, and I finished it. Well, I finished working on it yesterday at like 10 at night. So I don't know if you ever tried to screw and sew some wood by the candlelight, but I did, and it works. Yeah, at like 9:30 I was like, okay, I think I'm done. I can't see what's going on. I fixed a bit more my bed, so that's a bit more comfy now. Especially that Damien brought some shit back from Valencia, and so I was like, oh my god, so many things to play with. Anyway, a lot of crap, but... And today, so this morning, Monday, on the day 5, I finished this door for now, but I can close it, so that's good. I did some more trimming and landscaping and shit, and because I had done such good work for those few days, I actually went back to the beach and bought some extra food. But tomorrow I'm going back to Barcelona, and that's gonna wrap up this session of August. Not much else. I just saw a snake. Was like inside the the bedroom. So it was like quite big, like 1.5 meters. And so I was like, "Ooh, hey girl, what's up?" And I saw actually where it went. So I guess because there's somewhere there, just by the pipe, there's actually a skin. I was like, "Oh, there must be, duh, you're in the middle of nowhere. There's gonna be snakes." So I guess that's good because they're probably eating mice and shit. And so it went somewhere there, but don't tell anyone. And so tomorrow I'm gonna be leaving quite early. That's gonna be the end of the stay. 5 days is already quite good. I'm gonna water my trees just before I go, so I can give them a bit of extra water before going back to Barcelona. And because yesterday was pretty hot, so that's why I didn't do so much. First, everything was kind of done. And I was like, it's too hot to do anything in between like midday and like 3 or 4. So I did the siesta española, and tomorrow is gonna be the trip back and getting ready for the next one. So probably will be coming back in September if I don't come before. But September I have 2 sessions planned. I don't know exactly yet what I'm gonna do, but just polishing and fixing and improving. And I probably will try to get the mezzanine a bit more sorted, because I would like to have some extra sleeping spots for guests. So if I have the hammock, the bed at the bottom, and the bed in the mezzanine, it would be already quite good. I'm actually kind of thinking of maybe buying a mattress, because the inflatable mattress is good for a couple of nights, but being able to sleep properly would be good. And oh, Damien brought back my bike as well. So I wanted to maybe go to Villanova. I'm not sure if it's in Castillon or Valenciano. But yeah, going to Villanova by bike would be fun. Would probably take the whole afternoon, because going there and back would be probably a good 30 minutes. That would be a good way to actually test. But there, because I have so many things here, and it's actually much cooler. So for for summer, it would be actually nice to set up a sleeping area as well here. So that would be like 6 spots for sleeping, plus hammocks and tents and vans and shit like that. So this is the end of the August session, and I will be back in a few weeks, hopefully with the Polonias. I have an extra few to plant, so because I want to plant them somewhere in the middle of nowhere there, but I need to first create the path to actually get there. So I will probably do that. Oh, and September, my friend Stefan might join me. So we'll see what happens then. I'll let you know. I think I'm gonna come back next weekend anyway, because I have a colleague that is keen to actually come and check it out. So I might be back for the Friday, because Friday is a holiday, and so I might be back for the Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But because that would be the first time that I have a guest sleeping over, and Damien came a few times with me, so he knows what's going on, but I will do a bit more the touristy aspect of, checking the property, and then the following day going to the beach and visit Torreblanca. and or Villanueva. So we'll see what he wants to do, and maybe try to install an extra few things if I can bring an extra few stuff to set up. Um, I don't know, like I want to bring like an extra couple of. I have two small palettes that I would use for the shower, so bringing that would be sure, and then maybe a light or two and maybe a speaker, and that would be it for the next weekend. Like I don't want to bring, like I won't be here for too long anyway, so I'm not gonna bring a shitload of work to do. And so far so good. I like my door. At least I can lock, nearly lock one of the two main rooms. And hopefully after that, I'll be able to set up that a bit more, because working remotely from here would be amazing. And that's it. See you later, alligator. And one last small project that I did just because I felt like it. So now I can 3D print some chess pieces for it, and there you go. Some fun to stimulate your mind, your brain, if there's a difference. Can play with us.